Okay, David, I've got a little video here that I want to share with you on your controller. This is your controller, and I'm using this servo tester just to provide the signal for it so I don't have to have a transmitter and receiver connected up and working. This is the battery that I'm using to power the controller with, and I've got a couple of the giant scale gear mechanisms that I had from when I did the testing and stuff for Bruce. I've got them jury rigged to a thing here on my workbench. These are the largest giant scale gears I had. These are, I don't know, probably, I'd say those struts might be 6 or 8 inches long, and that tire is a good, it says 127 millimeters. I guess that's a 5-inch tire. One of the motors is I think a 6 volt, and one might be a 7.2. I think this is the 7.2 and this is the 6 volt, or it might be vice versa. But anyway, this one over here runs a lot slower, so you'll see there's a difference in how long it takes them to go up and down. But I just want to show you that this thing is working before I put it in the mail back to you. I'm not sure what the issue was. It seemed like the program was just not running on the board. There wasn't anything wrong with it. I didn't have to replace any parts or anything. All I had to do was reflash the chip. There's your landing light on. Of course, I've got the #1 channel turned off, so I've just got the 2. But we'll come back up and you'll see that it lifts. It lifts this strut and tire without any difficulty. That one, that shaft has been on that one, so it makes it wobble like a peg-legged duck, but I just used them for testing, so you'll understand. Landing light just went off. So, and there's the quick reverse working on it. So if you're flying and you decide to change your mind about coming in or going out, taking off, you don't have to wait for them to go all the way to the stop. That was a feature that we incorporated. There are some gear out there, believe it or not, that you have to wait for them to cycle all the way. So if you're geared down, you've just taken off and you give it the gear up signal, and then something happens and whoop, I need to come back around, you can reverse and they'll come back down and lock just as normal. So they appear to be working fine. They're not jamming. They're not struggling to pick up. They're not causing any problems at all. So in the testing that we did when we were in production with these things, that would have been considered a success. So I've got this controller program now with the higher threshold. It's not quite as high as it was the first time I sent it to you, but it's a good bit higher than normal. So hopefully this will allow you to pick that tire and that strut up without torquing it so much that it jams. Now, I don't know if your mechanism is the same as these or not. These are not bad to jam anyway. This is a different style mechanism that he used on some giant scales. I think yours has probably got a slider like the 5th scale gear do, and those are the ones that are bad about jamming. And I'll show you here where we used a rubber washer to eliminate the jamming with some of them. But anyway, I'm going to send this to you just so you have a little bit of confidence that it was working when it left here, and then you give it a shot and see how it does with you, and we'll give this a try. Thanks, David.